All right, here we go. Take two. We're trying this one again. This is TMCIT versus DBFB. Winners bracket 2.4. Best of 5 games. Best of 5 games. We're going to start by looking at Sir Peter Blood's Minakaze. Now, this guy we were talking about yesterday is a bit of a destroyer prodigy. We only caught him for a couple of games. Didn't really have that much of an impact in those. We might see things differently today. We've got Luchetos in a secondary spec, a Agincourt. Moving towards the middle, we've got Pixie in a Scharnhorst. Now, I could have sworn we saw him in a Gneisenau. So he's gone to Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst, lower caliber guns. So maybe it's better for smacking around the lower tier ships, the tier 5 ships on the enemy team. Faster turret traverse, faster gun reload. Also, you can HE spam stuff, I suppose. And then we've got Amilcar's Georgia. Now, this Georgia is secondary spec, except for main battery accuracy, which I find interesting because you're so close to your enemies. I kind of feel like reload might be the better choice in this particular environment. DCP mod in slot 1, fantastic idea. Increases DCP runtime and therefore invulnerability to fire and flood and engine and rudder by 40%. Now, American battleships have like a very long 20-second DCP runtime. So this turns that into 28 seconds, which combined with the heal and stuff makes it even more tanky, even more difficult to kill. So that's a neat idea. He's also running repair effectiveness too, to get his DCP up and his heal up a little bit quicker. Interesting choices there. Full tank build, essentially. And there's Kamet in the Lenin in a full tank build there. Now, he's already spotted. DBFB bringing Cody in a secondary Agincourt. Nova Random in a Lenin of his own. Look at that. Awesome. Camouflage. Sexy, sexy, sexy. See these initial shots, what they do. Oh, look, nothing. But let's zoom out a little bit and see how Cody just gets smacked by the Lenin. You cannot go broadside. You cannot go broadside in this game mode. We've got Yugamada's Turpits. Full secondary spec. Looks like Peter took a torpedo for his trouble over at A. That just enhances his adrenaline rush. We got Fido's Massachusetts B. Secondary spec with the consumable module here. This ensures that your consumables will run longer. Your DCP runs longer. Your heal runs longer. This is actually a good choice to go with the DCP slot 1 module we were talking about earlier at the Georgia. Because that's an even more invulnerability uptime. And then we've got Tire 24 in a Fubuki. So they've chosen a Fubuki instead of a Minakaze. Now Fubuki has 2 torpedo launchers. Oh no, it's got 3. What am I saying? It's got 3 triple torpedo launchers. And then you compare that to the Minakaze, of course. So a bit of a difference there. Fubuki, of course, being a tier 6 ship. Georgia going right down the middle. This could work well. He probably doesn't realize it. If I were him, I'd put a plane up. But he could actually probably hit the Agincourt from here. Scharnhorst and Lenin are fixing to go through the sea cap now. If I'm TMCIT, I'd be moving the Lenin up a little bit, though he is less healthy at the moment. Georgia has popped his plane up. He's got his heal going. On the other side, down here at the A cap, we can see that the Minakaze and the Agincourt are backing off. Fido deciding, once they got the A cap, he's not going to bother continuing. Unless TMCIT sees this, they have no idea that that's the case, and they're going to keep assets sitting here doing nothing for a while. Vision is so important when it comes to rotating ships around and that sort of deal. Georgia's plane might detect... Yes, there it is. Fido detected. He shot at the Lenin. Here's another reason why you can't afford to sit with your Lenin. This is the second time we've seen this today where Lenin sits still and gets clobbered for sitting still. Can't do that. You either got to go or stop. I don't know why these guys are stopping, frankly. Like, the Char Horse could just W at the Lenin, but he's not. Agincourt down to the other side. Luchetos dodges the torpedoes. He's going to continue going into A. Now that they see that the Massachusetts has redeployed.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Oh, the teams made the match. They're called I've Paid for Snacks. Got it. Well, Amakar hasn't managed to get the kill on the... What are you doing? He's moving forward. He's in a very strong position, but he's giving that position up by trying to get a shot on something else. He should be reversing here because now he's going to come out broadside to the Tirpitz. Nice hits, though, into the Tirpitz's superstructure. Oh, Amakar got lucky there. But I feel like he's going way too deep. Way too deep. Tyre got detected. Shots out on him. Jetto's got a good smack on him. Didn't get the kill, though. And this just... I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't sit here at this point with this Lenin. Go dark. Back off. Don't be shooting the other Lenin. Just... back off. Or... go full send with your Scharnhorst. Tirpitz has been baited into charging through the channel. But this is what I'm talking about earlier. Amakar going in, he does get the kill, but he's going to take 1 or 2 Tirpitz torpedoes for his trouble. That hurts a lot, but okay. Speaking of hurting, Peter Blood now is extremely low in his Minakaze. He does have Adrenaline Rush, so that helps at least. Nova Random is finally low health. Kamet continues to shoot and therefore gets shot at, while Pixie just doesn't, you know, take any damage. It's time for Pixie to go. Actually, it was time for Pixie to go a while ago, but, you know, whatever. They finally kill him, but this salvo might end the Lenin. See? He's out of DCP, he's on a sticky fire. This Lenin needs to stop. He actually might burn out here. Let's see. 5 seconds left on his... He's gonna burn out. Yep, he burned out. So... bit of an error on the part of that Lenin's play. Fortunately for them, the Agincourt Cody decided to just go in and donate his health to Amakar's Georgia. Going back on the other side, A has now been flipped for TMCIT, and now there's only 2 red ships remaining for DBFB. TMCIT will most likely win this battle. Are they going to go for the ram here? Fido cannot afford a ram. He's going to get rammed. And there goes the ramage. All that's left now is the Fubuki, who is currently spotted. And once he gets shot and goes down, that will be it. Ta-da! We're gonna go and take a death pick, though, of the ram here, because this was cooler. And the ships are in the process of sinking, too, which looks sexy. Alright, congratulations to TMCIT. Going up on the first game. Remember, this is a best of 5. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, game 2, best of 5, winners bracket 2.4, TMCIT versus DBFB. TMCIT up 1. Let's take a look at our lineups here. So we've got Kamet in the Lenin again. Amakar in the Georgia again. Side note, I think you guys saw. Oh, never mind. He's got accuracy. Pixie in the Scharnhorst. Machado's in the Archie Court.
Orders.
Silverblood in the Minakaze again. Same lineup. The other side of the map, we've got Tires Fubuki. Massachusetts, Fido again. Looks to me like they are running the same setups. Nova Random, Lennon. Yugmata in secondary. And Cody, secondary. Agincourt. Now, I didn't catch this last time, or maybe I don't remember commenting, but Yugmata is running the DCP upgrade here. Now, and Lutyens. Lutyens is great for a torpedo-spec'd battleship like this because it has a lesser chance of these torpedoes getting knocked out, right? He has a 45% chance of preventing modules from being knocked out, compared to the standard 30% chance when you're talking about regular preventative maintenance. However, something I want to comment on is usually you want your torpedoes to live as much as possible. You don't run the DCP mod in slot 1, instead you run main battery mod in slot 1 because that buffs your hit points on the torpedo launchers. Sorry, I had a granola bar for a snack, and the problem with that is sometimes you get like scratchy in your throat, and I'm talking a lot, and so that kind of hurts. Speaking of hurting, Tyre is in a lot of pain. Sir Peter Blood just got smacked, though, for his insolence, sitting outside the smoke too long. And Tyre's gonna limp away with his engines out. Torpedoes coming into Sir Blood's smoke, he'll be fine. Let's kind of back off and look at the rest of the map for a bit here. I like that DBFB is choosing not to abandon the A flank side and choosing to put 2 of their assets up that side. Now, that being said, I think there's a fatal flaw for DBFB. They have 2 ships in 1 grid square going up together. In a second, we're going to see a Spider-Man meme as they spot each other again. There they go. Who's ready for the shots and who's not? Peter Blood is in a far better position, but it doesn't look like TMCIT was ready for that. Just some secondaries from the Georgia coming out, and that's it. Alright, so Fubuki's torpedoes, of course, remember, these are 10-kilometer torpedoes as opposed to Minakaze's 7. So, in small maps like these, those 10 kilometers really make an impact. Tyre detected? He must have shot his guns? I have questions. He's forced to go and back off and be defensive. Still manages to survive. Not seeing a lot of focus fire from TMCIT on probably the most valuable ship in this game, the most valuable target on the enemy team. Yugmata moves up with the Tirpitz. Agincourt unwilling to do so. He's going to sit there and just shoot a Kamet. And now imagine if that Lennon Cody was able to get to this island here. Look at that shot he'd have right now on Kamet's Lennon. Of course, he'd have to dodge a little bit of Scharnhorst fire to do so. I feel like that'd be a far more advantageous position. Yugmata has basically just been sold out to die here because he's going to be spotted, and you can see Amakar is just going to shoot him from outer space with that scout plane up. Torpedoes coming in as Sir Peter Blood's position. Just barely dodges. What's going on with the other ships? Nova Random playing the Lennon in the center of the map and being punished for it dearly. Usually a Lennon on this is far better suited playing next to an island. This is a very low-hanging island, so maybe back here would be kind of cool. Whoa, I just noticed like a landing strip? That's cool. Is that almost looks like a B-17. Huh. Anyway, apologies. Got distracted, saw a squirrel.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Shots coming in on Nova's Lenin. Big hits there. He's almost dead. So DBFB has 2 ships that are extremely low health. TMCIT has 2 of their own at this point as well. Go take a look. So that's Luchetto's Agincourt, quite low. He turned out he is kiting away now. Sir Peter Blood is going to finally take the C cap. And it looks like Tyre is going to grab the B cap for DBFB. Nova Random does go down finally to Amakar's Georgia. That's why you want that island. You need to be able to go behind it if you need to. Sitting out in the open hurts. So I'm very curious what Cody was trying to accomplish. Because so far, unfortunately for the team, not much has happened with Cody. If he backs too much farther out, he actually shows quite a bit of side. Which I think you guys would all agree is quite problematic. Alright, Cody is now getting some shots into the Scharnhorst. As more, those are Georgia shells, look at that. Big hit on the Tirpitz. Like I said, putting him up there, you just know he's gonna die. So I feel like it was a cool idea to send 2 ships up that side, up the A side, but to put them together and then to stop one of them while the other one went out into the middle of the map, it just feels bad. And with that, there's only 3 ships remaining. Are we going to see Scharnhorst torpedoes striking home on the Agincourt? Oof! Kamet gets a good hit. Two minutes to go in this battle. Nice Fubuki torpedo hits on the Lenin. But it's not going to be enough. Scharnhorst AP didn't do quite much at all on the Agincourt, and Kamet takes him down. Pixie trying to dodge Fido's Massachusetts shells. And we're probably going to see the end of the battle over here. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. Fido not setting up for the drive-by. Amakar is going to get the ram. And that will do it. 20 seconds left on the board. But one lone low-health Fubuki is all that stands for Tyre for Team DBFB, I should say. This is a best of 5, guys, so we have at least one more game to watch. Tyre knows it's over. He's shooting his guns. Alright, let's go watch some battleships sink. Let's see, lighting-wise... I could try something like this. There we go. That's fun. Alright, congratulations to TMCIT for winning their next one. Winners bracket 2.4, best of 5, round 3. Fight! This could be a 3-0 sweep for TMCIT. Or DBFB could win this and force a game 4. Now, you guys all know, as casters, we don't have a specific bias, but in this game, I'm rooting for DBFB so we can get ourselves a game 4. Tournaments are just more fun when you go into later games and you don't have, you know, blank to 0 sweeps, right? All right, let's take a look at the lineups here. Kemet in his Lenin for TMCIT. Amilcar from Peru in the Georgia. Pixie in his Starnhorst. Luchetos in his Agincourt. And there in the front is Sir Peterblood in the Minikaze, what we saw already so far. Enemy team choosing a different lineup this time. Cody in his Battleship. Tyre has picked up a Julio instead. They've decided to dump that tier 6 Fubuki strat, and instead they have split that off into 3 lower tier battleships, 3 tier 5s, and they're bringing 2 tier 9s. Now this game spawned them in a weird, wonky, bad position, but we've got Yugamata in a secondary spec Ruprecht, although again, he's a big fan of that DCP mod. I don't know that that's that useful in the Ruprecht. Nova Random now drops his Lenin and picks up a Georgia. This is a full secondary Georgia with the consumable enhancements module. That's an interesting setup there. It could work. Personally, I would run the damage control. I would switch. I would actually switch slot 1 mods with the Georgia and the Ruprecht, but that's me. Oh, Nova Random decides to just turn out broadside for God knows what reason. Shows Amilcar broadside and just gets hammered. Here comes the next salvo. Honestly, at that point, you might as well just complete the turn. Well, let's see what these shells do to the Lenin. Not a ton. Yugmata now is in position to maybe do the same thing. He's coming out broadside to a Georgia. Hello? Alright, well, let's take a look at the other side of the map. You've been kind of focused on the 2 tier 9s. The 3 tier 5s for DBFB are pushing up into D together. Kind of like that. That's a good look. Whoa. Thank you for the raid, Thunder Chief. All right. So on this flank, we just have the Agincourt. Minikaze's leaving. Nova Random still in very, very low health. Amilcar might get smacked here. Nope. He doesn't. That could be the difference between the the Augs mod and the accuracy mod in slot 6. Fido in trouble in the Peter Velicky. You know, sometimes stuff like this brings me back to to like learning to march. You know, like in high school, and I was in the orchestra. We would march sometimes with the band, and you would learn how to march. And the hardest thing for people to understand is turning. And when you turn, the inside has to slow down, and the outside has to speed up. They tried to make a turn there, but they didn't. And the result was Peter Velicky dies. Packers are on, huh? I'm surprised Yamato hasn't just hit W. You've got your strongest battleship, health-wise and tier-wise now, and he's just sitting, which just feels kind of weird, right? It feels kind of odd. This ship is something that you absolutely want to just be aggressive with. And they're just happily letting him sit there. It just feels very odd. Feels very odd. Meanwhile, the aggressive side was the 3 tier 5 battleships, and well, one of them hasn't done too well, and you can see that Elmokar has just said fine, and he's rotated the other side, and now he is just going to pick apart one by one these battleships. Agincourt on the flank, a very good position for that Agincourt. Not Cody, I'm talking about Luchetos over there, just keeping this side open. They are trying for broadside shots on the Scharnhorst, but why are you afraid of a Scharnhorst? I mean, yeah, he's got torpedoes, but you got to make something happen. As Tyre is the next one to go down, the Julio. That leaves one battleship left, and this push is just too little too late. Torpedoes at the front? You're not even going to kill him with that. Oh, actually you did. Okay. That worked. Never mind. Pardon me, my co-caster wants on my lap. Okay, Steve, come on. There he goes. And yeah, Elmokar is quite low, but you can see tier 9 versus tier 5. They just don't care. You know, those guns, they don't care. Armor doesn't care. Cody's dead. And the Ruprecht. So the Ruprecht gets the kill, and then he turns south? I don't know. Personally, I would have gone straight at the Georgia, so this just feels weird. Now you've got Sir Peter Blood, who's just like, alright, cool. Throws his torpedoes up. It just feels very odd. Oh well, it is what it is. What's going on over here? Nova Random has finally turned around in his Georgia, but he's once again going to put himself in a position where he's forced to give broadside to one or both ships. So he just took a hit from the Lenin, now he turns into the Lenin, and Elmokar obviously is going to open up now, and he had HE in the barrels. And there goes Nova Random. Well, it's a best of 5, but this ends in 3 matches. I'm going to go ahead and call it and start my search for a game 3, or 4 or 5 or something, someplace else. Just feels odd. DBFB had 2 tier 9 battleships, and they just horribly misused him. I didn't even take a screenshot of a death pick. Oh well.